What's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Atlanta Man Bang coming to you live right here, Coach's Corner, the center of the universe, Thunderbolt, Georgia. Another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing, grubbin' is tasting. Man, we got all kinds of stuff to go over. Pretty good race there in Richmond. But before we get started, got to give a big shout out to John and Adele Henderson here at Coach's Corner. Thank you guys for everything you do for me, as well as Rubbin' and Grubbin' in general, and all of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. So make sure you go out, follow their social, man. Keep up to date with all the events going down. Got to do it, man. So if you're new to tuning into the show, the way we like to start this out is what we call the word of the day. So the way we play this game is Lawrence going to throw up a word. I have no idea what it is, but every time I say it, make sure you take a sip of your favorite adult beverage. I always say it's age appropriate, under 18, or 21, 18, like we're in Mexico or something. 21, you can play along, man. Get some sweet tea, Kool-Aid, Red Bull, whatever it may be. Coming back off spring break, hey, come on, man, have a good time. But today's word is going to be, I have no idea. So getting it out on a somber note, apologize for this, but sad news today. Bob Labonte, which is father of Terry and Bobby Labonte, passed away today. So condolences and prayers with the family there. The man was a big personality in the sport in its early days. So at the end of the day, pay some homage where homage is due there, and prayers again with the family. So William Byron, man, I tell you what, this kid's on a roll. William Byron locks it up there in Martinsville again, man, and I wish we could fit like a milestone nickname in it, because I tell you what, this kid wins some big races for Hendrick. 300th win for that organization came from that 24 car in William Byron, a while back. And bam, again, locks it up. 40th year anniversary of Hendrick Motorsports there at Martinsville. Just an awesome deal. And hey, man, you see the hat. Like I said, if my boy Chase would have stuck with the 24, I'd be a 24 fan. But I'm not. I love him, root for him always. HMS for life, man.
Hey, I'm on the 24 bandwagon.
Yeah, I know. Joey's on the 24 bandwagon for sure.
I jumped right on it.
And Lawrence jumped on it already. He threw Blaney out the window, I guess. I mean, he said he's gone. Not even a second thought, man. Which is pretty wild, but yeah. He's becoming a Chevy man, which I feel like I should have the swear bucket, because that should be a cuss word from Lawrence. Because Ford's a cuss word from me, right? So, I mean, bam, man, there we go. All right, Lawrence cussed on the show. That might be the first time ever. But, yeah, at the end of the day, got it locked up there, man, for sure. So, some of that drama of the week, man, I mean, when you were sitting there and you're thinking about it and looking at it, a little bit of that drama, Denny Hamlin going back and forth there with Marcus Smith. And they got into it there on X, formerly known as Twitter, or whatever it may be, that exchange that they had. I'm glad they got it worked out. I think both of them apologized, but, key piece of advice to Denny. I mean, I know he got some Michael Jordan money backing him, but you got to pay the cost to be the boss. I tell you what, I'm sure Marcus Smith and that family's worth a little bit of dough too. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, glad they got it all worked out for sure, man. So, if you haven't yet, please go out, like, share, follow, all that social media, y'all. Lawrence got it set up. You can find us on everything pretty much out there. The Gram, you can find us on, X, you can find us on Facebook. But most importantly, go out there, subscribe to that YouTube channel. The more subscribers we get, hopefully the more eyes we get on the charitable events we do for Rubbin' and Grubbin', Checkered Flag for charity, but also Coach's Corner in general. So just make sure you go out, subscribe to that. I don't care, like I say all the time, man. If you got a grandma out there that don't even like NASCAR, right? Just make her a little account. Subscribe to the YouTube thing. We're giving away. We do all kinds of giveaways, give stuff away, do all kinds of stuff. But just make sure you follow it, man. Like I said, more eyes on it, more money we raise for these charities and causes we do here in Savannah. So thank you guys for that. But Kyle Larson, man, taking another step forward to that Indy 500 venture here later on this year, which I don't think I've ever been more excited for an Indy 500, to be honest. I watch it. It's racing. And Lawrence will tell you, if we're racing turtles or crabs, I'll watch that too. Snails, I'll sit there and watch that. You think 500 miles or something, you got to watch some snails race. But at the end of the day, it's just racing, and I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see it. I want to see what he does. But got a little testing in today. Kind of winging it there, outside of the sim and the little bit that he's had. So I think if there's a guy from NASCAR that could possibly go out and make a piece of auto sport history, not even like NASCAR history, not even IndyCar history, but auto sport history. Well, let's just say what would happen if Kyle Larson went out and won the Indy 500 and turned around and won, the Brickyard. I mean, what would happen? Like, Vegas doesn't have odds on this. Like, we should have some really good odds on this, but be pretty neat, man, to see for sure. Short track package tire, I guess, if you will say, has been a big hot topic this week. We've had, some of the big names in the sport talk about it. Denny talked about it on his show. Action Detrimental out there. Joey's voiced his opinion on it. A little bit more on this than something in a bit, but yeah, definitely gotta do something for sure. So that'll wrap it up for the news, man, but we're getting into the checkered flag for charity. Like I said, if you're new to tuning in the show, the way we do this here is whatever car number wins, we donate that into the checkered flag for charity. William Byron and that bad boy 24 car won this past week. So that's $24 more going into the bucket right there. Let me check these notes real quick. $641 so far. So not too bad, we're getting on there. I think we need to, boost up a little bit. A couple car numbers win, a little bit more stuff. But anytime you come out to Coach's Corner here in the Sound Garden, make sure you bring a little bit extra money. Got raffle tickets at the door, cooler full of joy. Got some other really cool stuff coming up. Like I said, we're still giving away this Alex Bowman helmet, so make sure you go out there, follow that YouTube, subscribe. Me and Lawrence made the deal. If you watch the show, as soon as Bowman wins, we give it away, or, at the end of the season, we're definitely going to give it away. But I'm saying Bowman's winning. At some point in time, Bowman's winning. He's running too good right now. They've got it figured out. A couple of those other ones were strategy. I felt like last week was a little bit of equipment. That helmet's going this year. I can guarantee you that, man. So, look, man. I don't even really know what to say right here about this, I got to give a big shout out to my boy, Parker Eccles. But we're getting ready to get into who's hot and who's not, and it's going to blow your mind, right? But I got to give a big shout out, owner-operator over there at Arbor Man Tree Service, Parker Eccles. My main man, love you to death, brother. Best tree service in Savannah. Anything taking care of all your tree service needs. Doesn't matter if it's removing full trees, stump grinding, cutting some limbs off. We're getting ready to get into it here in the summertime. You might as well go ahead and get it done now. Hurricane season coming up. But hey, locally operated, insured. Make sure you give Parker a call over there at Arbor Man. You'll see that number scrolling all night long on the bottom of your screen. Hey, I'm telling you, as I always say, no job too big, too small, no tree too tall. Give Parker a call, baby. I love you, man. But getting into that who's hot and who's not, and I tell you what, I mean, it's not a secret of who's hot. I mean, it's pretty much a done deal. William Byron coming in there, locking up another win on the season. Again, I talk about this all the time, but it is a true statement. Anybody out there that ever thought that when Jeff Gordon took over, let's say, the main operations role at Hendrick and started being somewhat the head, right? We all know that was the goal. Hendrick, Rick's going to step back a little bit. Jeff's taking on the role. Anybody that didn't think that 24 car was going to be something, come on, man. I mean, honestly, I'm leaning more towards the 24 and 24. No, it's early. I know we got a long way to go in the season, but they're hot, man. And look, I've seen somebody very similar that used to sit in that 24 car, get on a roll, and win 33 races in 3 years. So that's all I'm saying, man. We might see this go down, baby, but yeah, I love that. I mean, this is a great hat. He's actually signed it. I've had this one for a very, very long time, but yeah, I only pull it out. I'm only going to wear it when the 24 wins for the rest of the season. When the 24 wins, I'll wear this hat.
7 more times.
7 more. It could be a 10-win season. Who knows, man? He might tear it up. But Kyle Larson again is coming in second. Look, I mean, it's just Mr. Consistency there again. Really good run there at Martinsville. Again, I think him and Cliff Daniels join Rudy Fugle in the 24. I think William Byron and them are gaining their way into that top 3 for sure, crew chief driver combo. Cliff Daniels, Kyle Larson got it going on. Going to compete every week, and I think that's kind of what separated them. Yeah, one's got more wins right now, but just the way they unload and the way they go about their business is a little different in each camp. So got to put Kyle Larson second there. Third, I'm going to throw a Toyota in there. I got to give Martin Truex a shout out again. Just very consistent. I think he just lost the lead in the points to Larson, if I'm not mistaken, regular season points, which still blows my mind that William Byron can have 3 wins and not be number 1 in the points. I don't get it, but whatever. Playoff standings, whatever, might be different. But regular season, I just don't understand it. But at the end of the day, I got to give it a shout out, man. Quietly consistent, being good runs. the wins are coming, I would feel like, for that 19 team. I mean, they're really good at what they do. He was there last year. Now, I think the biggest question mark for him is when and if, and I know they're going to make the playoffs, but when we get to the playoffs, will he show up or will it just flounder like it did last year? Because that was a bad look for somebody that was, pretty consistent and good all season long and then fall off when it really counted. So I think they probably made some changes. They got some stuff figured out, but we'll see what the 19 can do later on in the year for sure. So getting into the who's not, and I'm going to say this, man. I hate to put this name on it, but Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is on the who's not. I mean, it's just a dismal season for him. I mean, I think this past weekend was maybe one of the better runs he had going there for a minute. Showed a little bit of speed. I don't expect it to last. I mean, hopefully he gets it figured out, but man, it's not hurting my feelings at all. But who would ever think you would be putting a name like Kyle Busch on the cold list, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. SHR still, to me, cold. They had a good run there at Martinsville again. I think they had 2 top 10 cars, 9 and 10th there with Priest, and I think it was Briscoe. But at the end of the day, I mean, they're making some moves, right? They at least showed some speed there, qualifying really good. Found a way to get back up into the top 10 and contend up there. So moving forward, I think the win has to come. Without a win, I think we falter. We already hear in news of Stewart selling a Charger or 2, which I said he should have done that, I think, a couple years ago, or when Harvick retired. I said best move he can make right now is either go from 4 to 3 or even 4 to 2. Put the money into those 2, be competitive, and win. You can go back and check the show. I don't know when it was, but I know I said it. And now we're getting to that point where that's what's going to happen. And obviously, I think as a businessman and somebody that owns as many cars as what he does, you're going to get the most for a Charger right now. You might not ever see these prices ever again. So it is what it is, whatever he's doing, but they got to get it together for sure. And as always, on a Wednesday night, man, mufflers and EV. We're throwing mufflers and EV on there. I'm adding the EV. It sounds like a transmitted disease. That's what it really sounds like muffler EV.
Come on, man.
EV, I don't know. We're going to come up with something. But, yeah, both of those are on the cold list for sure, man. I'll throw this in there. I'm sorry if anybody's out there underage on that, but we'll throw that in there, man. It wasn't bad. Not bad cuss words, but anyways, good stuff. So before we get into that Martinsville recap, man, we're going to pause for station identification right here on Coach's Corner Sports Network, the home of Atlanta, man, the home of Rubbin' and Grubbin', home of Coach Carl. Man, we're tearing it up here this year. We got some stuff going, man. So I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Cheers, y'all. Oh, that's good. All right, man. So, into the Martinsville recap, man. And I'll tell you what, anybody that says this wasn't one of the better Martinsville next-gen car, like races, come on, man. You got to get out of here with that. This one was pretty good. Had everything you wanted. I mean, you had those long runs. You had some stuff, late restarts, this and that, little drama, little action. Now, it lacked the fall off to where the pit strategy paid. I give everybody that, right? Like, the different pit strategies didn't come to fruition in a certain way on one end of it because of tire fall off. They just didn't fall off. Denny talked about it as like I had new tires, I couldn't get past Chastain. Now, whether that's just Denny being Denny and talking ish, or whether that's what went down and Chastain just raced him hard, I don't know. But at the end of the day, a couple guys talked about it, so it's definitely an issue. They got to get it figured out. But all in all, a good race. I enjoyed it. I thought Martinsville was good, man. Willie B, baby. William Big Hat Byron comes home with that win. I'm telling you guys, this kid's the real deal. He is for real, 100%. Great equipment, great talent, not falling off. I mean, 3 wins this season. Like I said, we're not at what? We're going on number 9 or number 10? Right. I mean, we're 10 wins in, 10 races in, or, 9 races in, whatever it may be. Already got 3. That's a pretty good batting average, man, for sports. I mean, if he does it again and does it again at the end of the season, that should be right around 9, 10 wins. So we'll see what he does, and God forbid he gets hot. I'm telling you guys, man, watch out for him for sure.
We moved our over-under.
Yeah, we moved it up from, what was it, 6? Is that what we said? 6 to, it's probably going to be like, oh, Lawrence says 9. I don't know. I'll go under 9. I don't think he wins 9.
I'm over.
Lawrence goes over. Lawrence is going 10-win season, 9 or 10-win season for William Byron this year, man. That's big stuff. That's big stuff right there. All right, we're going 8.5. We're going 8.5. We dropped a little bit. We're going 8.5. So, like I said, 9 and 10. 9 and 10 will get Lawrence there where he needs to be, man. I hope he does. It'd be great. I'd love to see. I'd love to see the 24 do as good as what it used to do. I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd root for it. I'd have to buy a double swag because I might be a fan of both, and that'd be the first time ever that I do that. I think that's sacrilegious to do, but I might have to do it, man. Oh, okay, yeah. Not gonna repeat that. He cussed again. I'll throw another $1 in there. But Denny Hamlin, man, had a good run going. I had him picked in one of the leagues that I'm in. Didn't come out the way I wish it would have. But at the end of the day, hey, man, anytime you go to Martinsville or you go to Richmond, you got to take Denny. Had a good run. I think he finished 11th there or whatever. It might have been somewhere right there. Just didn't play out the way he wanted, and sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles, man. But good run, showed good speed. We know he's going to be good this season. He always is every year. And he's hungry still, which surprises me, man. I love it. I'll give him that respect. He's hungry. He says it's all about the wins. Who cares, man? So I'm loving that from Denny right now. HMS, an amazing day. Come on, another 1-2-3 finish there for Hendrick Motorsports on a historic day for that organization. I mean, come on, man. You can't script it any better, as Jeff said. And everybody want to talk about, oh, if NASCAR, this is like WWE. Come on, man. Them dudes played the strategy, got it. Great cars, all with matching paint schemes, and you lock that up 1-2-3. What do you think? Nobody in 4th was trying? Nobody in 5th was trying? Come on, man. Get out of here with that. But historic day. Love to see it. Obviously, as a Hendrick Motorsports fan, my whole NASCAR career, I'm loving it. Hendrick Motorsports is here to stay. It's never going to falter. It's always going to be the best. That's all there is to it. Nobody can catch them. That's all there is to it, man. So getting into that Texas preview, man, I tell you what, everything's bigger in Texas, or so they say. At the end of the day, this track is fast, it's violent, it's rough. Maybe some of the lackluster racing we've seen in the past few, but you never know. I'm interested to see what it's going to do right now with the advancements we've made in the next gen and just how good the next gen has been on 1.5 miles. So can we make it work at Texas? This is going to give us a true statement of where we are as far as development with the next gen right here on some offbeat 1.5 miles. I love it. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, like I said, no better place than Coach's Corner right back here in the Sound Garden to watch the race. You got the big boy stage TV I'm usually behind. You see this bad boy right here. It's cranked on the race. You got, I don't know, 20 other TVs outside. Why wait and sit at home, man? Come out, enjoy this beautiful weather, and check out the race here Sunday at Coach's Corner, man. The center of the universe, baby. So getting into that top 5, and this is rough for me, but I'll take William Byron. You see it, the 24, baby. I'll take 24 number 1 again. I think this is the first time we go back-to-back this year. First time we go back-to-back right here at Texas. Williams winning it. Going to throw the cowboy hat on. Hopefully he got like a, I know they got big cowboy hats, but hopefully he has like a cowboy hat like this, I mean, if you take this and make it that big, you got to take a cowboy hat and make it like, yeah, man. So we'll see what he does, but I'll take him number 1. Number 2 for me, Kyle Larson. Come on, we going Hendrick all day. There again, I think he's got a really good chance of going out and getting it done. We know he's an ace on mile. He's an ace everywhere we go. Who are we kidding, man? 3 for me, the 11. Again, Denny Hamlin, man, has a history of having some good runs there at Texas. I think that maybe we'll see what that 1.5 mile program brings for Toyota for sure in that 11 camp this week. So I'll take him 3. Can't leave Lawrence's guy out there. He can't jump ship. I'll take Lawrence's guy, Ryan Blaney, 4th on that list of 12, a Ford up there. I think maybe Ryan can go out and get it done. We'll see what he does, show some good speed. 5, might catch some people off guard, but I'll take Tyler Reddick. I'll take Tyler Reddick in 5th. Got to put him on there. One of his better 1.5 miles that he runs at. I look forward to have a really good run there, at least a top 5. Got to get a top 5. He's had some bad luck, some off weeks these past few. Got to get some good runs going. Dark horses, not really going that dark. I'll take the 17 of Busher, the home track guy, the hometown hero there. I'll take the 8 of Kyle Busch, which sounds bad, but right now, yeah, it's got to be a dark horse pick, right? It's got to be. And the one that might catch some people off guard, I'll take Bubba. I'll take Bubba Wallace this week as a little dark horse pick there. I think maybe this might be a 1.5 miles that he has a good run at. Got to figure it out. Maybe gets in there some way. But, hey, I'll take him, man. So before we get into that money line presented by Redfin Polarized, baby, we're going to pause for station identification right here again. Coach's Corner Sports Network. Hey, man, if you guys are looking for something to do on a Wednesday, you got Bible and hymns up, or beer and hymns, excuse me, beer and hymns up here, playing some good music, man, some live tunes. If that's what you're into, you want to do a little thumping and bumping, come on up, baby, right here. Beer and hymns, Coach's Soundgarden. Cheers, y'all.
Thank you, brother.
So getting into that money line presented by Redfin Polarized, the best polarized sunglasses on the planet. Man, you see me, I rock them out. This is the best pair of sunglasses I've ever had. I promise you that, man. Got a lot of different color polarizations, whatever may fit your style, whatever it may need. Doesn't matter. These things are made for the woods or the water. It doesn't matter if you got money on the line or a wall hanger. Make sure you see it clearly with Redfin Polarized. Like I said, you can go to check out that website. I think the Nunleys are out, which are pretty good. They're a little bit bigger than these than the Hatteras that I have, which I like. But I'm getting ready to buy a couple pair here very soon. I need a set of Tybees and I need a set of those Nunleys. I got to get on it, man. But at the end of the day, you hit that checkout. You can use code Rubbin' and Grubbin 15, save you 15% at checkout. Like I say, Redfin Polarized, baby. Live life fins up. So getting into it, man, when you're looking at the odds this week, Larson's probably going to be one of the safest bets, right? I mean, I think he's at plus 400 right now. Depending on what you're betting, I mean, he's going to come in there. He's going to have a good run. We know that. He's had good runs everywhere we went so far. A little bit deeper, though, I look, and it's a big jump. You had Reddick up there, you've got Denny up there, and you got Byron, a three-time winner. Byron at 700, plus 700. Definitely going to jump on that one. He'll be locked in for sure. It might be a Hendrick weekend on a couple guys. But even a little bit further down in the field, you look at guys like Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell. These guys are all plus 1,000 on it right now. And who knows, man? I mean, nobody's really established themselves. We hadn't had the opportunity at mile and a half to do that. So nobody really knows what anybody's bringing. But at the end of the day, who would ever thunk, and this is what really blew my mind, who would have ever thunk that two separate two-time NASCAR Cup champions would be at 1,800 and 2,000 between Kyle Busch and Joey Logano? I'm taking one of them. I don't know which one, but I'm taking one of them. Like, I'm not going to be caught slipping, all right? I promise you that. There's some big bets. I mean, Ty Gibbs out there too. I mean, there's some big bets out there that can really pay off potential if you lock in. But follow that social. Make sure you're keeping up with that. Lawrence does a great job of betting on everything, putting all those bets that we lock in. Would love to hear and see what you guys have locked in. But at the end of the day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if there's a race, we're locking something in for sure, man. Keep up with it. So getting ready to get into that hard right turn, but before I do, got to give a big shout out to my man Lamar over there, owner-operator Lamar's Body Shop. 35 plus years, taking care of all of Savannah's auto collision needs, the best in the business. You want to talk about quality? This man's got it going on. They don't cut any corners. They're not messing with you, man. These dudes are giving it to you straight up, as good as it gets, man. Again, 2301 Skidaway Road, a hop, skip, and a jump from Coaches. You can come up, get something to eat, drop it off for an estimate, go back. Doesn't matter what it is. Need a paint job, got you locked in. Need some insurance quote, got you locked in, man. Need, a new hood, he's got you locked in, man. So again, 2301 Skidaway Road, Lamar's Body Shop. As I always say, why settle for par? Go see Lamar, man. Love you, brother. So getting into this hard right turn, man, and it relates to some of Denny's comments, and it doesn't have anything to do with the tires, but it's got to do with the aspect of NASCAR should be fronting the foot of testing for the next gen short package or whatever they're doing, right? And I can agree with them a little bit on it. I can see how that is something, right? Like, why are we calling these teams in the logistics of traveling and getting the car there and this and that and yada yada? I get all that point of view. I get that NASCAR, if we're trying to develop, they should be fronting the bill of it. And yeah, they should. I feel like they should be paying these teams to come, which I don't know if they do or not. I'm not a team owner. But at the end of the day, when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, I hadn't seen a team yet reject the offer to come test. I hadn't seen 2311 go, no, we're not coming because it costs too much for us to come test. Why are we testing, right? And okay, if NASCAR does do it, are we going to take NASCAR's data and give it to every single team? Now, what manufacturer is NASCAR going to be? Are we, this and that? Like, okay, front end, what's the nose going to be? There's so many different things that play into that to where what, NASCAR is going to front 3 different cars, a Chevy, a Ford, and a Toyota? I mean, come on, now we're getting a little weird with it. Like, again, I've never seen a team turn down the opportunity to go and test. You're going to go test. You're going to get the data. You're going to apply it to how it benefits your team. Doesn't matter about anybody else, your manufacturer, your team. So come on, man. I mean, like I said, I can see where he's coming from. I think NASCAR maybe should front the bill. And again, I don't know if they do. They might already pay something. I have no idea. But where we're at now, again, as a team owner, I get it. But as a race car driver, you're getting laps in, you're getting the data, you're figuring some things out. You're working with your team to see how you can be better. You've got a foot up, whether it's a teammate or a competitor. You got a foot up. So would love to hear what you guys think about that. But at the end of the day, that's where I'm sitting, man. So Coach's News, man, Saturday night live right here in Coach's Sound Garden. You got the Yacht Club rocking it out, man, with a little bit of that yacht rock. If that's your forte, make sure you come out, get tickets. It is an awesome show if that's your deal. It's just a great show in general. Going to have a cooler setup. It's going to be awesome, so make sure you come out and check that out for sure. Got some good ones coming up as well. You've got Motley Crue, The Dirt coming April 20th, the following week, next weekend. I'll be here. Going to be a good night. Got to get your tickets for that. It's going to go sell out fast. They're a great show. We actually saw them at Atlanta Motor Speedway. They had them up there, Dirt. I think might have been last year. Hell, I don't remember when it was, but it was a great time, great show. So make sure you're getting your tickets. Bring some extra dough. Get into those raffles. Got to give a big shout out to Coach Carl DeMasi. There's no show following mine tonight. He's coaching his last game there at Islands High tonight. So hopefully everything goes well. Root him on. But hey, that's it. Make sure, here we are with the grubbing. I got some hot dogs coming up, man. Kind of threw me off with the music there. I was going for Texas barbecue, but we didn't have any of that. So we're rolling with the Martinsville dogs that we missed last week. Cheese, chili, we got slaw on them. I got the onions on them. We got homemade chips, baby. Hey, you hear it. Soundgarden Coaches. I love you guys. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Next Wednesday, Rubbing and Grubbing live, Coach's Corner Sports Network. Make sure you tune in, baby. Love you guys.